Emefiele. It's a long way from home. A federal high court sitting in Lagos has granted an order of interim forfeiture of property valued at 11.4 billion naira linked to him. Justice Chukwujeku Aneke made the order on Wednesday following a motion filed by Mr. Rotimi Oyedepo, SAN, counsel to the EFCC. Now, the judge has adjourned the matter until June 21st for hearing. You remember, some things are not easy to explain.
Also concerning, what I've been asking myself is the fact that, it is increasingly becoming difficult to have models for moral rectitude. People, you can't trust people, you can't trust them with any office. And the question is, what is the Ministry of Finance doing? Because at a point, it seemed as if Emefiele was living in his own world and he could do and undo. So there were no checks and balances. Nobody. What of it, the in-house auditors, external auditors, nobody was auditing everything that was going on. He was just having a field day.
Nobody was oversighting his job.
Nobody.
In any way.
Nobody. Because, stories are coming up moment by moment. The next thing, only God knows what the amount of money you're going to be talking about next.
Yeah.
So it's very disheartening because when you keep, somebody said Nigeria is like an ocean. You keep fetching and fetching and it doesn't get there. I said, it's not so. It's because we are augmenting all of these holes with all the money that we are borrowing from within and outside. And how long are we going to do this? So I just hope that there are no deterrents in place, honestly.
Okay.
If there were deterrents in place, people like this wouldn't be doing this because they would be afraid for the punishment that will come after.
Well, when you say this, one is not passing moral judgment in any way. It's seeing it as it is.
Yes.
But we also know that 3 staffers of the CBN are involved too.
Yes, and what I find intriguing as this drama goes on is that we keep finding property linked to the former CBN governor. Remember, in May, Justice Bogoro of the Federal High Court in Lagos also granted EFCC's prayers on interim forfeiture of the sum of $4,719,000 and then 830 million
Pounds?
875 naira.
Oh, okay.
Then on May 29, another judge, Ayokunle Faji, also ordered interim forfeiture of $1,426,175 linked to Emefiele. So this one is 11.14 billion naira.
Yeah.
Properties linked to him. What usually happens is these people, they use proxies, but in the course of investigation, they can actually link that property to the real owner. And once it is suspected that it is proceeds of crime, it constitutes proceeds of crime,
and so you are liable.
Approach the court to have them to give an order of interim forfeiture while investigation continues. It was under the same Emefiele that the signature of our president was forged, and $6.2 million was released to so-called election observers, as their honorarium When people are coming to our country on election observer mission, the EU and other stakeholders usually will have provided what they will need, so for the logistics and all that. But some people used the opportunity to take out money. The signature,
some unscrupulous people.
Yes, the Secretary of Government of Federation at the time, Boss Mustafa, confirmed that the signature was actually forged. How you can be a CBN governor and permit such a thing to happen, I wish I understand. And we also had a situation in which the quantum of money used to print new Naira notes was far higher, several times
outstripped
higher than the value of what was printed. So Emefiele really has a lot of questions to answer, and it's like with every passing day, discoveries, all kinds of discoveries are being made about him. Remember, he's in court over allegations that they received bribe from NIPCO, from Punjab, and other companies that had business to do with the CBN. Some of those individuals will eventually be used as prosecution witness against him. So his road is already rough. And, just the same way he made the road rough for innocent Nigerians.
Yeah.
Early last year, when they came up with the thoughtless idea of
changing
the currency printing.
The color.
I keep saying that if we are a country where we learn from mistakes, ideally the CBN would not have embarked on such a silly mission, because India did the same thing.
Changed her currency.
They changed their currency. What they wanted to do, they said that there was too much
in circulation,
black money in circulation.
Wow.
You know, it refers to counterfeited currency. That there were too many counterfeit notes in circulation, and then because of that, they decided that they were going to change the currency. It turned out that it was a waste of time. Many small businesses died just the same way they died during that time. In India, many died, and when they weighed the costs on the economy, the Indians concluded that it was a mistake. But Nigeria should have picked up valuable lessons from what Indians did some years ago and asked, because we are both third world nations, even though they are much bigger than us in every way, we should have learned from them that, look, this sort of thing, you achieve so little. In our own case, it was political. We thought it was the way to stop someone from winning an election. We thought it was the way to stop people from bribing voters. It turned out that those who came up with the idea were actually not putting on their thinking caps, because politicians still found a way to bribe voters.
Yeah.
In fact, in northern Nigeria, foreign currency, because when you go, there are at least 6 countries, 6 states that share border with Niger Republic.
Okay.
And the currency of Niger Republic, the francs, is freely used in those border communities.
Okay.
So they were mopping up the foreign currency and giving people on election day. So what did you achieve? Some gave dollars to people. Some bribed voters with dollars.
There were even transfers.
Even in Rivers State, you saw the money that was seized on election day.
Yeah.
Largely foreign currency.
I remember, yeah.
So you see, politicians will find a way around these things. A lot of the politicians have bank MDs as their friends. You think they won't find money? That's why I like Ndume, because Ndume, yes, I may not always agree with him, because is too stubborn to a fault. But Ndume admitted that for us politicians, if we need money, we will get it. We are just making poor people to suffer. Yeah. He admitted at that time. Who is that politician, that big politician worth his salt, who could not find money to spend on election day? They found money. They have friends in the bank. Some of them own banks. So we just suffered Nigerians, killed innocent Nigerians, because Emefiele thought that he could actually stop somebody from winning the election. He took Nigeria on a right, and we have not even recovered.
But you remember that a great mind once said, one poignant lesson of history is that man does not learn from history.
We do not, and that's why I said, if we had read what happened to the Indians, or if we had chosen to learn from the Indians, we would have known that that was a wrong move. But we were more concerned about the political expediency of taking that decision, rather than